What is up, Fanatics? It's 8 p.m. Mountain Time, and that means another episode of Home Theater Fanatics Live. Tonight is episode, I don't know, 160 something. I forget exactly what it is, but it's going to be an awesome episode because I have my compatriot in arms here with me again tonight, Mike from Audio Architects. How you doing, Mike?
Good, buddy. How are you How are you tonight?
Oh man, living the dream. Be hard to be much better. You know how it goes.
Oh yeah.
Here though.
Well, first and foremost, I know AA is online here tonight, and I wanted to say very sorry I couldn't make it to lunch. I'm glad Jiles was able to represent us both. I heard you were wearing a VU meter shirt, and I appreciate that very much. And next time you come down, lunch is on me. So hopefully we'll be able to see you here soon.
Right on. And tonight we're also going to have a third special guest who just lives life on the edge of possibility. Will he come? Will he not come? Will he come? Will he not come? But ladies and gentlemen, everyone give a warm round of applause for Elon Osborne. What's up, man?
Hello. Hi.
My man. What's going on, buddy?
You can all hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
You are, I think, the Nicolas Cage of AV technology home theater videos.
He's not washed
I'm
up.
interested to see where this is going.
No, it's just that tone of voice sometimes when I don't know what's a common Nick Cage thing. What does he say? What's something that, because I think if you wanted to, you could do it perfectly. It's awesome.
Ealan, I remember one line from a Nicolas Cage movie. Peach, I can eat a peach for hours.
Peach, I can eat a peach for hours.
Say just a little bit, right? Don't just a little bit.
The one that I remember from the worst movie ever. Oh gosh, that Marvel one where
the Ghost Rider?
Ghost Rider?
Yeah, Ghost Rider. I feel like my skull's on fire.
Oh, and then he's got that new movie, like The Unbearable Weight of Undeniable Genius or something like that, or A Great Talent or something.
Right.
Oh God, I gotta check that one out. Anyway, welcome to the show, man. It's been a long time.
Hello, thanks. Yeah, glad to be here.
What, maybe a year, 2 years, something like that? No, not 2 years, maybe a year.
Maybe a year, yeah. It's been a long time.
Well, you were on my show you were on my thing 6-7 months ago, not that long ago.
Was it only that long? Man,
we're way overdue though. We're way overdue for a
I can't keep track of time anymore. I don't know. What is time really?
Well, it's because you're just over there collecting all those subscribers. I mean, just every day he's all like, that's another 800. That's 1,000 right there, y'all. He's all like, Randy, I'm coming for you.
I wish I was getting that many per day.
Oh God, me too. Yeah, he's he is a definite overnight sensation. Good for him.
There's more success in that sector of audio, I suppose, than doing more.
I don't know. I tell myself all kinds of excuses to make myself feel better. Oh, it's so hard in my niche. Oh, Jiles, it's so hard to do your stuff.
I'm still trying to figure out what your niche is, Jiles.
It's so difficult when you just do videos about everything. I'm going to go to a restaurant and do like a food eating contest video next. Just who knows? I mean, you never know what you're going to get.
What's
I'm going to rename my
Ealan,
channel Box of Chocolates.
Hey, okay.
Right, because you never know what you're going to get. Life is like a box of chocolates. Right? So maybe we can kick things off a little bit for all the folks out there that are new tonight that might not know all the faces here. Maybe we'll kick it off with you, Mike, and you can tell everybody who you are and why they should care, and then we'll get you, Ealan, and then come back up to myself.
For those of you that are brand new here, I am Mike with Audio Architects. I have a hi-fi YouTube channel where I try my best to educate and give you some how-tos, some reviews, and make it as entertaining and painless as possible. That's
Right
it.
on.
I mean, I got a lot of other stuff going on, but I mean, I would take up honestly the whole show explaining what I do, for, in a day's work. But those are the cliff notes, and I'm a writer for StereoNet. So, aside from those two things, I like long walks on the beach, holding hands with Elon Osborne down there, and that's pretty much
that's
it.
not you're mine.
No, I'm cheating.
I don't share.
I'm cheating on you, Jiles, with Ealan. That's why I wanted him on the show more than you did. And you didn't even know it.
You heartbreaker.
That's why I dropped that seed last night when we were talking about Ealan and how awesome he is. And you got this crazy idea to get him on the show.
Let's get him on the show, man. Come on, let's go.
It was my plan the whole time.
I texted him. I was all like, I need you.
You're one step further. At least you have his number. I don't even have his number. You got your hands on him real good, don't you?
Special relationship is all I'm saying. All right, enough about that. Ealan, you're up next, man. So let everybody know who you are.
Giles is a pervert.
Well, Mike, I didn't even realize that. I'll give you my phone number when this is done. Off the air, of course.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, gosh. Hey, I'm Elon Osborne, and I like to do stuff on YouTube and entertain people. And honestly, I don't have a lot of like professional credentials in the audio space. I wish I was a writer for some, web magazine or something. But yeah, I grew up in a musical family, so music has definitely been a huge part of my life since I was a little kid. And that kind of coincided with loving sound in general. And I've always been a sound buff. And that also turned into me loving soundtracks of movies and sound in movies, sound editing, sound design, what have you. So I've always had that just kind of there in the back of my mind. And then eventually I just ended up wanting to start a and then lo and behold, I tried to start one reviewing TV shows and movies, but just the audio version. So it was like I was just listening to the audio of it, and then I would review if it actually, kept up with or was on par with actually viewing it in its whole visual and audio experience. But nobody cared. Nobody
I know how that feels with a lot of our videos.
That. Yeah. So, and then I got the Klipsch 5.1 reference theater pack in 2020, and I reviewed that just because I knew I wanted to first and foremost, I love music and I love audio, but I love to entertain as well. So I wanted to bring an entertaining slant to the home audio sector of YouTube. So once I reviewed the reference home theater pack, then I got way more views just immediately than I had ever gotten in any of the other reviews that I'd done previously. So
that's where you realized search terms matter, because when people search for clips, yes,
correct. Little did I know that Klipsch is a well-searched term and hashtag, I guess, on YouTube especially. So I just ran with that, and haven't looked back since, and I'm really enjoying the ride so far. It's been really fun.
That's awesome, man.
I refuse to whore myself out like you two.
Oh, I love the Klipsch.
I fucking refuse it.
I love the Klipsch. I'm all about it. I got more in the queue. But so you started 2020, and I started right at the tail end of 2019. So I thought that I thought you were a little bit newer than that, but that's cool. I'm only maybe 6 months in the pipe longer than you then. Interesting.
Yeah, it was September of 2020.
Okay, so
Right in
it's
the thick
almost a
of
full year then. It's almost a full year then.
pandemic.
Yeah, right on. No, that's a lot. It's a good thing to do when you have free time during a pandemic. Start a YouTube channel, get famous. I love it.
Yeah, it
Cool.
was, because all the odd jobs that I had in my 20s and 30s, never did I ever feel completely comfortable. And if there was any downtime, I like to draw as well. That was like my first artistic, first thing that blossomed as an artist in me was drawing. So if there's any downtime, I would almost always just be on Microsoft Paint and drawing something stupid, doodling something stupid on Microsoft Paint. And countless times, so many people are like, what are you doing here, man? I'm like, why don't you just pursue something along those lines, something artistic, something creative? So finally, when the pandemic hit, I'm like, you know what? I do like to create, and that's all I really want to do. It fulfills me the most. So I'm really humbled that that opportunity has blossomed into what my channel is now. So
that's awesome. You should be like an NFT millionaire by now. You know what I'm talking about? Like, let's get paint going. Let's draw some little things, and bam, sell them for 10 grand each.
Osborne originals, yeah.
I can see it. I can see it.
You get an idea there.
So, as far as I go, I think if people are here, they probably found my channel. But I'm Jiles from Home Theater Fanatics. If you're here on YouTube, down below, I've got all 3 channels linked into the details. Please, right now, click on everybody's stuff, like and subscribe the video, or like the video, subscribe to everybody's channels. Please, we would appreciate it. But one thing that I want to say about both you guys is that I'm always jealous of both of you, because each of you has more creative. No, I'm not jealous of that at all. I mean, I am jealous of the way that you can convince yourself to alter reality, and have your own perception of the world. That's pretty cool. But what I am really jealous of is your creativity, because I don't think I really have any, and you guys have a lot. And I'm like, dang, I wish. Because Mike's like, I gotta have everything looking just right, and he's very particular about his stuff. He's like, okay, I'm gonna have my little lamp, and it's gonna be this color, and it's gonna be here, and I'm gonna do my lights, and then I want my headphones to look like this.
Dude, I am horrible. I am horrible about that stuff. Like,
okay, look at me. I'm all like,
okay, I'm OCD. I'm OCD.
There's my
stuff.
bright lights on my forehead.
Dude, there's so many YouTubers out there that actually specialize in teaching how to set up lighting and how to do the RGB stuff in the background and everything. I think I'm getting progressively better. However, they make it look so freaking easy. They're like, oh, just point this little light this way and point that little light that way. This aperture light costs about $1 million. You're going to point that shit that way. And then you bring it all together and it's going to look like this. And it's like, well, first of all, I'm, what, like, I can't even understand. So I'm slowly like getting some RGB, like this, actually the video I posted up today on my channel, about the Loudness wars. I used a new, like a little hair light, a pink hair light. And then I had a blue background, and I felt pretty cool, but lighting is actually one of the biggest challenges, not only as a photographer that I faced in my 20s and early 30s, but now as a videographer in my late 30s. It's like lighting is public enemy number one for any creative that is doing either photography or videography. And I know Ealan and Jiles can both attest to that. What really grinds my gears is that there's some YouTubers out there that have just the biggest like shit production value and have like 200,000 followers, and use iPhones and stuff like that. I'm not going to name any names, but I think I just gave it away. Use iPhones for their stuff. I'm sure
I use an iPhone now almost exclusively to film my videos.
Well, no, not even a good iPhone. I'm talking like an iPhone 3 or 4.
That's my dirty secret. I'm so lazy. I've got a really nice camera, but I use my iPhone for almost everything. Your point's well taken, though, Mike. Your point's well taken.
You're an animal. That's what you are.
I am. I want to, before we continue on, I want to take a moment and just say hi to everybody that's out in the crowd, everybody that's watching, and a special shout out to Double A. Mike's gonna die. He's like Double A. So Double A was in town over the weekend, I guess, and we had a chance to get together and have lunch and met his wife and his son. I think Double A. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's Corvin. I think I'm getting that right, and I think your wife is Maria. So, hello to the family. It's nice to meet you guys in person. And then some other folks that are out there. Simeon. He's watched your best
Simeon
like 100 times. Like 100 times. And I think he's being, when he says 100, it's like 1,000. It's just like an auto repeat. He's like, I have 8 accounts and I watch it every day. A lot. No, that's cool, man. Mitch is with us. He has got he's got a cool pew pew channel. So if you're into the pew pews, he is a new YouTuber himself, and he's living that YouTube struggle life with us. So that's kind of cool that he's here watching.
I like that name, Hangfire TV. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
I agree.
My Mail is with us. Chad Harwood is here with us. Hi-Fi Haven, Anthony, and then the vaulted Facebook user. Hey guys,
you know what's cool, guys? I actually know My Mail's real name, and I will not reveal it to anybody.
Gary's here with us as well.
Mike Galush is here.
Yes, the venerable. He's venerable. The venerable Mike Galusha.
That's the man, dude. I just posted up on Instagram. I finished that vintage amplifier that we were working on. Dude, it looks like brand new. I took half a bottle of alcohol to it and just shined it up real good. I guess that's how people do it.
That's cool. Yeah, we need to get Mike, or maybe one day Mike can teach me how to do some more extensive amplification measurements on output and that kind of stuff. I think that would be cool to learn how to do.
Mike's all
maybe he can teach. Sorry. Maybe he can teach you, and then you can teach me. I don't want to get up in your business, in your turf.
Mike's all mine. Sorry about that.
he's all yours. He's all like venerable. Indeed, sir, venerable. All right, now, so after 20 minutes of us shooting dude, you put a hat on. San Francisco.
He's had a hat on, moron.
Oh, did he? Really? Oh,
yeah,
man.
I had a hat on.
This is what happens when you have dementia and you're just like,
when I first jumped on, I didn't have a hat on. I'm like, oh shit, that's right. I don't have a hat on because I've been busy in the shed all afternoon and I look like a mess. I had paint all over me. So
that's how we
threw on a hat real quick.
Now, is the beard new? Or has that been around for a while? Because whenever I search for pictures from you, the only photos I can find online, it looks like you're 12 years old and you're clean shaven. I'm all like, is this the same dude? So, I need to get a headshot from you that I can use for the thumbnails instead of like being internet stalker. Like, all right, I got to find a picture of this dude. Where is he at?
Actually, yeah. I took one just maybe a couple months ago. So yeah, I'll send that to you.
Right on. Giants. Chad.
Yeah.
Giants. All right. Okay. Topic of the night, Mike. Maybe you can introduce everybody to this topic because you just dropped a video about this. And if folks want to get like super deep into it, they can go check that out. And I would recommend that they do that. But what are we going to talk about here?
We're talking about the loudness wars. So since I am, I think Ealan bounced.
He's all like, I don't want to hear anything about this.
He's like, I don't want to hear anything.
I'm so
this.
out.
He's like, this is trash TV right here.
It's like that time I was on Shane's show, and he's all like, I'll be back. And it was his show. And he went to go full screen, and he was gone.
He went to go take a piss because he drank himself to death, and he just left you talking on his show. And
He's
after you were
gone.
done talking, and I was watching this too. I was watching this disaster unravel itself. And after you were done talking, you're like where is he? Like, and then he comes strolling back. I'm surprised he found his way back to the chair. And I thought that was hilarious. I was like, okay, this is the standard of what not to do during an interview. Is get piss face drunk and then go take a piss during your guest's tangent that he's on.
My monologue.
So, yeah, your monologue.
I should have just talked longer. But anyway, your video, the loudness race or the loudness war.
So the loudness,
I had no idea what this was.
Nobody does. So here's the thing. For the longest time, this had been going on since like the 80s, right? And it's gotten progressively worse. Which is called dynamic compression. So, like I said, I don't want to give away too much because I actually want people to go watch my show or watch my video. The Cliff Notes part of it is the recording industry and the mixers and masters and all that. And Ealan will know this because Elan's in the, obviously he's a musician and he knows about this kind of stuff. They'll use dynamic compression to make things louder. So basically, you know how when you look at if you're on Audacity, a waveform on Audacity, you'll see it looks like kind of almost like a heartbeat. You'll have your spikes, you have your small points and your spikes. What this dynamic compression does, it just brings all the quiet parts, brings it up to the loud parts. It just makes everything loud, muddled, and shit. So they were doing that for the longest time because they wanted all these different labels wanted to be the loudest one. They wanted to be the loudest song on the radio. They wanted to be the loudest song on the CD. They wanted to be the you know what I'm saying? So in doing so, they sacrificed dynamic range. So now your music isn't sounding as beautiful and detailed and dynamic. You lost a lot of soundstage. You lost a lot of imaging. You lost a lot of everything. And it's funny that Mike Galush is on here is because we were actually talking about something similar because we were listening to The Greatest Showman soundtrack. And then we went from Greatest Showman to, what was it? Jesus. I was just thinking about him the other day. Okay. To something better. Right. And you could totally tell the difference. And Greatest Showman's actually pretty recent, but it sounded like it was so compressed that you had no dynamic range. You know what I'm saying? So go watch the video. I think it's a really cool subject because it's really, really bastardized a lot of CDs, and it's ruined music for a lot of people because a lot of people didn't realize this was going on, and they were just kind of getting, accustomed to hearing whatever they were hearing and not knowing that all this stuff was going on in the background and it was being mixed and mastered in this way. So now they've stopped doing this because the streaming companies are starting to normalize the music to a certain level, which then makes anything that's overly compressed or hyper compressed sound like shit. So hopefully that's incentive for these, companies, record companies, to start mixing and mastering things more responsibly and create actually good music again. And hopefully that's going to be the end game there. So if you guys want to, watch a video about this subject, I just launched it on my site, and you can go down to the description below and click on that, and you could learn all about it.
That totally takes me on a tangent, and I'm curious if you guys do this or not. So I don't know what you guys cut in to edit your videos, but I use Adobe Premiere. Mm-hmm. And in Adobe Premiere, in the sound section, there is a loudness auto setting where you can go in there and it'll normalize your sound. Do you guys use a feature like that on your stuff? Because I always use it, but I don't know if other people do.
Well, on Audacity, you have a feature called compressor, and then after you use compressor amplifies your voice, and then you hit normalize to bring it back down to an actual level that's reasonable. I don't know, Ealan, do you use the same practice?
Well, so that what I'm talking about is not what you're talking about. This is a tool that takes the loudness and sets it to an industry standard level.
Oh,
right. And that's a feature in.
I've never seen that on Premiere.
Yeah. I'll show that to you. But I use that all the time because what I always end up with is clips and sometimes the microphones at a different distance. So they're all different levels, just like plus or minus 3 dB or something. But you can tell when you go from one clip to another clip and the volume is, 6 decibels off. Well, this thing automatically adjusts it where that baseline, midline, or whatever is the same. So it doesn't sound like the volume jumps around when you go from shot to shot if it was filmed with a different piece of equipment or at a different distance from the microphone. So I was just curious if, so I take it I'm the only one that has used that feature. I just don't know if it's good or not. If I should do it by ear, I don't know.
Well, my rule of thumb is I on the master audio track on all my videos, I have a light compressor going on, just to kind of bring all the audio levels of all the various tracks, just kind of a more normal level. But then after that, I also have a limiter, which limits any audio. And I usually set that to -6 dB full scale.
Sure.
So that way, nothing goes beyond -6 dB.
So are you setting like between
-6,
-12 and -6? Is that
yes,
or -15 and -6 or something?
Yeah, probably -15 is probably the quietest it'll go. But I try and keep it more like, -9 to -6, just to try and stay in that pocket, be as loud as I can without being too loud. Because I think -6 is like podcast standard, if I'm not totally making that up. I don't know. But yeah,
I think I spike around -6 or something, sometimes even up to -3, because I'm not using a top end limiter to pull it down. But I never get past -3, and I don't have any spikes up there. I quickly learned that the worst thing you can do is clip your audio because it's just horrible. It's so bad. Everybody's out there like, I thought this was a show about home audio, but we're talking audio, kind of, right? I mean, this is living the life.
Yeah.
So and that's the next pain in the ass too, aside from lighting, would be audio, would be getting your audio dialed in. How many microphones, Jiles, have we been through until we finally decided on the Rode? I use the Rode still, but
I do too.
Until we finally decided that was good enough. I tried that what do you call that thing? The Deity, that little boom mic.
The
boom.
Deity. Yeah,
the Deity boom mic, and it just didn't sound right. It sounded like really thin and tinny.
Yeah, I've got one of these that I have
it's like that.
I'm not using it, but I have this little mini shotgun. It's okay.
It's a shotgun. Yeah, that's what it is. Shotgun mic.
Yeah, it's an XLR shotgun mic.
I don't know if I'm hooking it up wrong or if I got the settings wrong. I need to watch a YouTube video about that.
No, I think I do remember watching a review on the Deity, or like a review that compared a bunch of different ones, all of them roughly at the same price range. And I remember the Deity did have some issues, sounding a little tinny, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
I use a boom mic. I got a Sennheiser MKE 600.
Of course you do.
The good stuff.
Of course you do.
But that's a recent purchase. That was like maybe 2 months ago, because I've been wanting that for a really long time.
That's because Elan's hitting that big money now.
Spending his internet millions, his YouTube millions. No, yeah, but I still just use the Rode Mic Go. I just clip it on.
The Go wire. It's right here, actually.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
No, I need to get some wireless for when I'm doing more, like, because I want to get like outside more, and I want to just not be in the studio all the time. So yeah, I definitely need to get some wireless stuff, and Rode seems to be the way to go.
Yeah, dude, that wireless Go is good. It's good.
Yeah.
You tweak it a little bit in Audacity, and I like the fact that it makes your voice a little bassy, so you don't have to add too much bass and treble to the post processing. But I always add a little bit just to give my voice some more,
Gravitas.
Yeah, some gravitas. But
that's what we all need, gravitas. Now I use the Rode Mic Go almost exclusively in that travel video that I just did, because I never know what I'm going to do videos about until I do them. And I did one about my spring break trip, and it did okay, even outdoors. I forgot to bring the what's it called, a dead cat.
Oh,
the little puffy thing that you put on over your microphone.
I
got a little more wind than I wanted to at times, but it did okay. It was all right. And my wife could stand far away with the camera, so it was nice. Well, talking about YouTube, Ealan, what's new for you? What have you put out recently that folks might want to go check out, and what have you got in the cooker? What's cooking?
Honestly, it's been a slow couple of months. Ever since I cranked out a bunch of videos, during the holiday shopping season, just because
dude, you were prolific
for home audio. Yeah, I was trying to get at least 2 out per week.
That's where that Sennheiser came from.
Maybe. I may have splurged and gave myself a Christmas present.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was doing a bunch then, but then now it's slowed down because we sold our house. So we moved out of our house mid-January, and now we're living in my brother-in-law's house temporarily, because I can see it from this kitchen window here. Our new house is being built.
Congratulations, man.
About
That's awesome.
just like half mile away.
Pretty close to your in-laws.
Yeah. Although my brother-in-law actually lives in San Francisco.
Oh, okay.
Because as soon as he bought this place, I mean, it's just, just how the universe works. He bought this place intending to move here because, my wife and the rest of her family is here. And as soon as he bought the place, he met a girl in San Francisco. And he's like, I'm not in any hurry to move out there, so I'm just going to stay in San Francisco for a little while longer. So, that worked out for us, because now we can live in this space for the next few months while our house is being built. But because of that, it's been hard for me to get some videos out there. I mean, I did a review on the Sonos Beam Gen 2, comparing it to the Gen 1. But as far as like product reviews, that's really the only one I've done since we've moved. But in the meantime, I'm also building a testing home theater in my brother-in-law's shed. So that has definitely taken up all of my time. I've been hitting it hard real recently because it was kind of slow going at first, but then IOTA Enterprises, they're in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
I reached out to them because when I did, it wasn't a review because I didn't actually have the Emotiva MC1 processor available. I didn't actually get one to review because they're super hard to get, just shipping issues and whatever, supply chain. So when people saw me release a video just talking about the specs, a bunch of comments were like, hey, you should check out the IOTA AVX17 or the Tone Winner AT300. Those are very similar to the MC1. So I was like, hey, cool, yeah. So I reached out to IOTA. They were having supply chain issues too, of course. But finally, they got a bunch in stock, and then they were able to send me one, and it actually came today.
Oh, that's awesome.
It arrived at my doorstep today. So it's a preamp. So I'm gonna somehow have to get some external amps because I don't actually own any right now.
How many channels does that guy do? The IOTA
17.
17. That's cool.
I heard good things. I heard really good things about IOTA.
Yeah,
Sean from Zero Fidelity, I believe, has one, and he speaks its praises. So, yeah, I'd love to try them out I know they have something more other than processors, so I'd like to check them out.
Yeah, I mean they've got external amps and plenty of other home audio
Well,
gear.
you should have told them, hey, I need an amp too, guys. Come on, you can't leave me high and dry here.
I did. I'm like, can I borrow some amps too while I'm at it? And they're like, no, sorry, we can just send you the preamps.
They're like,
come on, I need 16 channels of amplification. Let's do this.
I know, right?
Yeah, I've been watching your build on and off in the garage, I guess you said it was, I'm excited in the shed.
Used to be a grow shed. Used to be to grow marijuana.
Right on.
So
and before that, they probably were making meth out there. This used to be a drug empire facility, and now it's a YouTube channel.
Hey, it's all legal in California.
Got such a good deal on it.
That's funny. No, but I'm watching that now. You can start seeing it shaping up now, right? So you've got the cables in the wall, and you've got the drywall up and stuff, and it's exciting.
Yeah. If you're not already, follow me on Instagram at Elon Osborne, because that's where I do all my updates. I'll be doing another YouTube video update on it pretty soon, but I try daily to do some Instagram stories and stuff, updating you on the build process and how far I am. So follow me.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
All right. So now I want to talk about it. I guess we're going to talk about just being YouTubers today. Another challenge of YouTubing, and that is my inability at times to say no to people who want me to do videos for their products, and they're not necessarily products I really know much about or care about or whatever, right, or are applicable to my channel. And so I just want to show some of these things to folks so they can kind of see what I've gotten myself into. So I have to do a video for this, and it's a battery. It's an Anchor battery, and it's one of these things.
Oh.
Right. And it's awesome, but we're gonna knock that out. So Anchor batteries, if you're into batteries, that's one. I've got what is probably the worst remote control ever released, at least according to a lot of people, the new Sofa Baton. So I'm gonna review that one, but they say it's really stinky.
Wait, Jiles, let me stop you.
Sofa Baton.
Yeah,
Sofa Baton.
So are these going to be, realistically though, are these going to be the people taking the torch from Logitech? Because you cannot get Logitech Harmony remotes anymore, and eventually they're going to cut off the support for it. So who's going to kind of get into that arena, or are people, or is everything going towards like a tablet app-based stuff?
These folks want to be the successor to Logitech. That they absolutely want to fill that niche. And there are plenty of. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I feel like if Logitech backed out, that's got to be a sign that it's not going to be a profitable enterprise.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. People want remote controls, but I think the concept of profitability will vary from company to company, and what Logitech needs to consider product line to be successful and profitable might be vastly different than what Sofa Baton needs. Maybe Logitech needs, 12% profit with a, top line revenue of 200 million a year or something, right? And Sofa Baton's all like, we'll take 4% and we just need 500,000 in revenue and we're good to go. So you don't, I don't know. Every company is different, and what they need from a financial fiduciary point of view is going to be very, very different. But that's what this is. This is basically I don't want to call it a knockoff because it's not a copy, but it does the same thing as the Logitechs did, meaning that you can program it yourself. There are lots of options out there if you want to pay someone to program a remote control for you, right? Like Control 4 and all that kind of stuff. But there's not a lot of open platforms. Now, you're right. You can buy a piece of hardware, use a iPad, something like that, and that's doable too. But I really haven't dug into that very much.
I think that would be easier than having a remote.
All right. Soundcore. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Soundcore, but it's like the Anchor speaker line. And these are glasses. So these are frames. They're frames with Bluetooth speakers built in. So I'm gonna. These are.
Is it the kind that like rattle your bones?
No, it's not. These are just regular speakers, so it's not like the transducers that you attach to your body and make your skull shake.
Right.
But so this is another one I'm going to do, and I also have the Echo Frame version of them. So this is Amazon, the word that I can't say, Alexa. So I have these, and I've actually got prescription lenses in these already. So
Whoa!
I have that. Yeah.
Are you going to compare the two?
I am.
Okay. Cool.
And then I have another mini computer, one of the little microcomputers from Chewy.
Oh.
For all you Star Wars fans out there.
I try to hit them up, Giles.
Exactly. What's that, Mike?
I try to hit them up. They haven't gotten back to me. I want one of those as a little room, like a little room, mini room core or Plex server.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So
all it is like a little Nook.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Nook. Yeah, totally. So I've got weeks of videos here to do.
Weeks. I can do that in freaking 2 days.
Boom, 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 you're a machine.
Boom, boom, boom.
Dude,
come on. It's not like you're.
Speaking
it's not
of,
like
you're. How is everything on your end, Mike? After your flood situation.
Well, I'm in a new home. We moved to Colorado Springs, and this is my YouTube room where I, have my office and my audio stuff and everything. That way, it's away from the living areas and the bedroom, and we now have a bedroom and a living area and a dining room rather than YouTube room everywhere. So things are looking up. I want to thank you. I want to thank you so much for your support, Ealan, and Jiles. Obviously, Jiles actually helped me move.
Yeah, I was going to say if Ealan really cared, he would have flown out here and helped you move.
Physically, helped me move. So,
sorry. Yeah.
Ealan, you're still cool.
He just doesn't love you that much, Mike. That's all it is.
No, man. Things are looking up. Things are looking up. So I'm hopeful that I'll be able to grow some more with the YouTube and keep doing my thing.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
It was a terrible January though. I mean, for what it was, it happened 3 days before my birthday, and we spent almost 3 weeks in hotels and didn't really know where we were going to go. We knew we didn't want to stay there because the problem wasn't isolated to that one apartment. It was a problem they were having throughout the entire complex. So it could happen to anybody at any time. So we're like, we're not going to take the chance to have this happen again and be uprooted and have our shit destroyed completely. So that's why they let us out of our lease and we left and came here, and better bang for the buck down here in Colorado Springs. And it's a nice area, we're walking distance from a shopping mall and a movie theater and stuff. So I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy where we're at, and I think we're going to thrive here. And it's going to take time to get over the whole thing and to rebuild and recoup and all that stuff. But slowly but surely.
Well, we're all happy
Dolby
that you
Cinema
made it.
That you're close to.
It is.
There's one that's really close to him.
Yeah, I can walk to it, dude.
Jealous.
It's a block and a half away. It's a AMC Dolby. It's AMC Dolby Cinema. Oh, have you guys seen Batman yet?
No,
me neither.
Mm-mm.
It looks.
It's coming to HBO Max next month.
It looks stupid. I don't know.
What?
I don't know that I would say it looks stupid,
bro.
I thought it kind of looked badass.
No. Think about it. Okay, and this is crazy for me to say that because you guys know how much of a nerd I am. I just don't feel a connection to Robert Pattinson as Batman or Bruce Wayne. It just doesn't feel right. Not that he's a bad actor. I love him.
You gotta give it a chance, man.
I love him in other projects. But I watched that Joker deleted scene and I'm like, I'm like, that is like that Joker that they had there is like a a mixture between the Jared Leto and Heath Ledger Joker kind of mixed together. The guy didn't even know who to channel from, and the Batman was just very bland and very stoic. I don't know if that's supposed to be like that, because if it is, then he succeeded. But I don't know. I just didn't see much character or personality or much passion, kind of like how Christian Bale had, and even Ben Affleck. I did not care for Ben Affleck at all as Batman, but I thought he so far is more marketable as Batman than the other guy. But I don't know. I could be totally wrong, and next week I could be like, "Hey guys, it was fucking awesome." I loved it. But
well, we're gonna watch it here when it comes out on HBO Max, and we'll see it, and then I'll be able to give you my opinion.
We just go to the movie theater already, Giles?
Because we're gonna go to the movie theater and support Marvel.
Doctor Strange 2 or what?
Morbius.
When's that come out?
Oh,
Friday.
What?
Go see the Batman.
No, dude, we're gonna watch Morbius.
If you're gonna go to the theater, go see the Batman.
You think Morbius is gonna suck?
I think it's obvious. You think it's gonna suck.
Morbius looks like a Jared Leto doing Underworld type of deal. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sold on that one. It looks a little janky. I don't know if you watch reviews by Chris Stuckman.
I've never even heard of Chris Stuckman before.
He's one of the biggest movie critics on YouTube.
He's only the biggest one, Giles. He's only the biggest freaking one. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. He's got 1.98 million subscribers, so obviously he's doing something right. It's because he's got a lightsaber in his picture.
Wait. How many does Siskel and Ebert? Well, which one's still alive, Ebert or Siskel?
Aren't they both deceased now?
Are they both dead now?
I think so.
No, it became Ebert and Roper, right?
Roger Ebert, right?
Yeah, I don't think either of them are alive now.
Okay, yeah, probably not. I don't see a channel. I just see like their old stuff on other people's channels.
Oh, AA says they're both deceased, and AA is the guy in the chair. So
AA knows. He knows everything.
Yeah. Well, that's terrible.
Everything.
I guess they don't have a channel. I'm like over here. Hey, look them up.
Yeah.
See how big they are.
Well,
so you were going to say about this guy. So Mr. 2 million subscribers is.
Well, I usually have the same. We usually like the same stuff. That's why I really cling to his reviews, because usually it's on par with how I feel about things. And the director of Batman, his name escapes me right now, but his track record is amazing. So you got that going for you already. Say what you want about Robert Pattinson, but what I've heard is that his Batman is great. His Bruce Wayne, man. He's not that great of a Bruce Wayne. But what he actually does in the Batman, which you don't see a lot in any of the other Batman, is detective work. When Batman first came on the scene in the comic books, it was in Detective Comics.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what DC
detective.
DC Comics, Detective Comics, yeah. That's DC. That's the whole name of the company.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Detective Comics, DC Comics.
Wow. God.
I was
Ealan.
Anyway, I was 40 years old when I learned. That's what DC is. Yeah.
Oh man.
Cool. Anyway,
I didn't. Hey, Ealan. Just for the record, I didn't know. So, dude, Pattinson's good.
Dickhead costumes, or I don't know.
But Pattinson's all right, but I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, that's why I'm interested in seeing the Batman, because I've heard it's good, and he actually does some detective work. I mean, just like when he in that deleted scene that they released with the Joker, he's doing the legwork. He's doing the detective work, trying to talk to people and see what he can find out about this. Who's the
Riddler and the Riddler and the Penguin. But dude, 3 hours though.
I know. That's why I'm waiting till it comes out on HBO Max, because then.
I mean, I had no problem with the 4-hour version of Justice League. Was it 4 or 5 hours? It was 4 hours.
It wasn't 5 hours.
I think it was 4. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 4 hours. I had no issues, no qualms. It actually went by. It was paced well. I think the Zack Snyder cut was super cool. I thought it would have been a better idea to have merged the new Joker, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, with this Batman, because they have a similar vibe to it. You know, they have a very gritty, dark, noir vibe to it, and I think it would have fit. I think it would have fit great. But like I said, just from what I've seen in that Joker scene, I'm not really intrigued or impressed. I hope I end up being very, very, very happy and blown away. It seems like the guys here are saying that. What was it? What was he saying here? Like it was okay. HBO. It's Kurt Cobain as Batman. Some folks say. So it's going to be very. I don't know. Different.
Grungy.
Yeah, grungy, different.
Yeah. Grungy, emo Batman.
And then you got the Catwoman, played by what's his name's daughter, Kravitz, Zoe Kravitz.
Oh yeah, Lenny Kravitz,
yeah,
Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah, Zoe Kravitz plays the thing. I don't know. I hope
we'll find out.
I hope it slaps as hard as Will Smith for sure.
Too soon. Too soon.
And there you have it, folks. Good night.
Yeah, that's how you ruin a stream. Well, so okay, here's something else. In the theme of Miss Chris Stuckman, I've always been jealous of folks that do movie reviews and have these big successful channels doing that kind of thing, because that's, for me, what I really like the most about all of this, just from a entertainment point of view. I like watching the movies, right? And it's kind of spilled over into the technology and the audio and the video and all that kind of stuff and the toys. But I just like watching the movies, even more so than listening to two-channel music, that kind of stuff. I like to watch movies, and I like to watch television, and I like to talk about it. But I've never really saw that pathway to, how can I take what I like about that and turn it into something that anybody would remotely want to listen to or watch, So yeah, Chris, I'm a little envious of his channel, where he gets, 1 million views for his review of Spider-Man No Way Home. That's freaking awesome. Right. Yeah. I mean, that's like the dream. Maybe on my channel, as that I just do anything I want to anyway, even to the detriment of the channel, because most people don't want to see this stuff. I'll do some movie reviews and be like it. You're getting a movie review today. I'm not talking about a speaker. It's a movie. I don't know. All right, folks. I think we are coming to the end of our time. Ealan, thank you so much for coming on. Mike, thank you as well for coming on. I really appreciate it, guys. Yeah. And one day I would love to get together with you two and create some kind of content that's not product related, not talking about audio, but like a true creative expression telling some kind of story. Have you ever had that desire to create?
Yeah.
I'm starting to get that. Like, I want to I don't want to say I want to make a movie, but something, tell a story and do something creative. And I don't know. I think I'm trying to figure out how to make that happen one day. So think about it.
Yeah, when I was in high school, I thought I was going to be a big shot director. So
that's cool.
It could still happen.
That obviously didn't turn out.
It could still happen.
It could still happen, dude. You're young. You still have youth on your side.
Talking about the Oscars, can you believe Dune won 6 Oscars that night? And
I can believe it.
And nobody's talking about it.
Well, because that's the other thing, is because the Academy decided to strip the actual show portion of it to just the big things: actor, actress, supporting,
Really?
scripts, director. Yeah, all the littler ones, like short film, animated short, animated short, editing, sound design, that all was in a separate show that was hosted by Jason Momoa and somebody else. So they're trying to they don't even know what they're doing right now.
They really don't, because I mean, so last year, I think it was last year, you had the Ricky Gervais disaster where he, spoke his mind in front of everybody. I think it was either last year or the year before that. Might have been the year before that. But yeah, because last year they didn't have him, right? Because of COVID.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So,
well, he usually does the Golden Globes.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. He usually does Golden Globes, just because
it was the Oscars.
Because the Academy is scared of Ricky Gervais. Really.
Oh yeah. However, I was kind of bummed out that in all fairness, there weren't that many movies that came out last year in 2021.
Yeah, true. Right.
So there wasn't that much to choose from. I'm happy Dune won as much as they did. I know Hans Zimmer won best soundtrack, which is awesome for Dune. Deservingly so. I thought it was a great soundtrack. I was hoping Ghostbusters Afterlife was going to be thrown in there, at least for some type of, something, because I thought
it was fun.
It was a really fun movie. I think Spider-Man No Way Home came out this year, though, didn't it?
No, it should have. I think Spider-Man No Way Home should have been nominated for Best Picture.
I think so too. I think No Way Home was the best movie I saw it was in 2021. So yeah, I think No Way Home was the best movie I saw in 2021.
I disagree with that. I would nominate No Way Home for best fan service movie. You know what I mean? The concept of fan service, which is just like giving you what you want to see, right? Well, it's just we're just going to throw this stuff in because we know that you're going to like it, right?
You can make the same argument for Ghostbusters, though. They pandered to the nostalgia freaks.
Well, I agree. Dune. I think that. Well, I don't. See,
well, Dune was obscure.
Yeah, I think it was much more of a movies kind of movie.
Yeah,
if that makes sense, as opposed to a let's show you what you want, because most people, they don't know what Dune is. I mean, it's just nerds like me that know Dune. Seriously,
the spice. Well, here's the thing. Yes, Spider-Man No Way Home was a lot of fan service, but they pulled it off. You can write a script all you want about fan service, but to actually pull it off the way they did.
Oh, I was screaming, right, in the movie theater. I was one of those people there. He's like, shh. I'm like, what are you talking about? We saw all three of them. It's awesome. I was that dude, right? I loved it. Yeah. I thought it was absolutely stupendous, but I would still pick Dune to win Best Picture.
I wouldn't.
Oh, sure. Yes. I would actually agree with you there. I wish it was nominated, but I don't think it was the best.
I disagree, though. I disagree for who won. I mean, it was some random movie from Amazon Originals. I think it was a Hulu or Amazon original or Netflix original.
It was Apple TV.
Apple TV. That's right. I haven't seen it. I'm gonna have to see it now since it won Best Picture. But I would have thought Dune would have made it. I don't know. It was weird.
Well, I don't know if you also follow Jeff Films at Home on his YouTube channel.
Well, I'm following all these people now. So Jeff Films at Home.
Yeah, Films at Home. He's a Blu-ray collector. And he had a good point. He's like, I don't like the Oscars anymore because Dune won so many Oscars that it should have won Best Picture too because of all the other Oscars that it won, and yet Coda won Best Picture. So it's like, yeah, there's something a little off with what the Academy's choosing.
Obviously, Apple paid for that movie to win.
Well, I have to just watch Coda now. Did you guys? What was the French film? So I was looking, and this is a total departure, but I want to see if you guys have seen the movie. But I was looking up best movie scenes from 2021 and 2022, and there's a French movie where they have a car show, and it shows like the lady that, you know how they have the booth bait or whatever, I don't know what the right term, the model for the cars or whatever. Anyway, this lady is dancing with this car, and it's supposed to be one of just the craziest scenes of 2022 or 2021, and it always comes up on the most amazing scenes of the year kind of lists. Mm-hmm. Are you guys familiar with that at all? I got to dig that up. I'm just curious if you've seen the movie.
Oh man, I actually just listened to a podcast and they were going over all the 2021 Oscar nominees, but the name escapes me. But yeah, they did.
Oh, Titane, Titane.
Yes,
Titane,
yes,
or something like that. So
that was one of their picks where they're like, we cannot believe this was not nominated, because like across the board, this whole panel on this podcast were like, we just love Titane. So,
and I've not seen it yet. And I didn't know it existed until like 2 days ago when I started doing some research. So now I've got to go find, and I think it's French. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But now I've got to go find this thing. French. Yeah, it's made it into like, so there are other lists. There's always like the 31 best dance scenes in movies, and it's made it into those lists. Right. Obviously, right? And you've got like things like the what's the Footloose dance, right? That's iconic. And then there's the one where he holds up the lady in
Dirty Dancing.
Dancing, and so this is going to be Double A. So Double A knows everything. He's all like Titane, or if it's French, it's Titania. I don't know, right? And he said it's French, not kid friendly, very, very French. Double A, I agree. Ealan is awesome. He's super cool. He knows all this stuff that I wish I knew. So that's always good.
I'll tell you what, guys, I'm just looking through movies from 2021, and The Little Things and The Tender Bar are two movies that definitely should have been nominated. I thought they were fantastic. The Little Things you have to watch on HBO Max. Yeah, The Little Things.
I saw The Little Things, but that was that's the murder thing, right?
Yeah, with Denzel Washington and Rami Malek and Jared Leto.
You know why I don't like it?
Why?
Because everybody that was supposed to be good turned out to be just huge scumbags, and they get away with all this horrible stuff.
Right.
And it just makes me feel gross. That's why I did not like that movie.
I think you guys
no.
You guys should give
that means they're such good actors. They made you think that.
Oh, it was you think all this stuff's going on, and then it's just no, they're all totally corrupt and horrible and terrible people, and they're all like, oh, we're just gonna get away with it. It's okay.
I'll tell you what, if you guys are gonna watch a movie this weekend at home, watch The Tender Bar. It's with Ty Sheridan from Ready Player One, the main guy from Ready Player One.
Oh, okay, okay.
And it has Ben Affleck, and it's directed by George Clooney. It is a fantastic movie. It's I believe it's based on a true story, and it's just one of those movies that you're like, you come out of it going, damn, that was a damn good movie. Like, I really enjoyed that. So
that's right. I remember seeing like a splash ad. Is that on Amazon Prime?
It is on. Yes, it's on Amazon.
Okay. Yeah,
you can watch it on Prime. Yeah, it has Christopher Lloyd in it, which is awesome.
He's still alive.
Yeah. Another movie I just recently watched was The guy that Jesus, it's the movie about Kurt Warner from the Rams. The Underdog.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
think it's
yeah.
called The Underdog with
Right.
Shazam. Yeah, really, I
Right,
thought it was
right.
great. I thought he did a great job as well. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, Tender Bar. If you guys are gonna watch something, watch Tender Bar. Okay, I think John O'Connell wants to ask us a question.
Yeah, let me
Yawn.
take that down, put this up. He's asked, I think, this twice now. The Hi-Fi Man Edition XS or the Monoprice M1070C. I've heard neither of them, so I don't know.
Well, I own Hi-Fi Man stuff. I can speak for that. I don't know what the Monoprice would. That's more of a Z reviews question than a than a Home Theater Fanatics or Audio Architects question. But
Do you know, Ealan, about those?
No,
Yeah, so
I haven't heard either of
those
those.
headphones will be very similar to these because these are the I think the downgrade model from that, and these sound okay, but the headband, here's a problem. This is where I want the headphones to sit on my head, and I guess they just are joking me because I have no hair, and they're like, if you had enough hair, it would sit on your head correctly. But now it like rips my ears down, even at the small end, and I have the hugest head. So a person with a normal size head, these things are going to be like. So that's what I don't like about these, because they're just not that super comfortable.
well, Giles, I'm curious about that Razer head. Don't you have that Razer headset they sent out, the 7.1?
No, that was a gift.
That was a giveaway. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a shame. I'm gonna have to ask THX to send me one so I can just rub it in your face.
No,
But
I
want to know what this 7.1 like virtual surround sound in your ear sounds like, because
Oh yeah.
like, what's that all about? Because I know that a lot of people use it for gaming and stuff, which I could see with gaming. If someone's like walking up behind you, you could kind of hear the trickle come from the back, but for movies, I don't know. Because Razer really doesn't make anything that comfortable. I mean, the only Razer thing I own is a headset, and it's after a while you're like,
Mhm.
don't know. I use my Razer.
I've heard a lot of
Naga
those
X.
are gimmicks. I've heard a lot of the headphones with like 7 drivers all in there are just gimmicks. Like it's
a bunch
that's
of
not how it
marketing
works.
fluff.
Yeah, like that's not how psychoacoustics works and binaural hearing. But there supposedly is this. I don't know the name of it because it's some like UK company, but they make this like $20,000 or $16,000 pair of headphones that supposedly makes Dolby Atmos sound to its most purest form. But
Interesting.
who can afford $16,000 headphones?
Not me.
If you keep growing, you will.
Pretty soon you'll be sending us a couple of pair and be like, yeah, I just had these laying around.
They sent me 3. I don't know why.
Go ahead and review them. Do whatever you want. Who cares?
Sell them and buy a car.
See, that's the thing, guys.
I know.
This is something I actually want to ask both of you and get your feedback on. Okay, for a reviewer that reviews audio, hi-fi, whatever, I would suppose the end game would be to get to that level where you're starting to review Macintosh and Sonus Faber and Focal, because you want to scale, right? But the chances of people realistically watching those videos is not as probable as it would be if you kind of stay in the mid-fi to low-fi end, which, case in point, probably why Randy is as popular as he is because he chose a niche that is incredibly more saturated than the people that can actually afford. Because I was looking at the Macintosh the other day, because I'm actually working with Macintosh now on the Rotel side, which is their Rotel is low. I wouldn't say it's low end, but it's lower priced, obviously, than Macintosh. But I was curious. I'm like, well, how much does a Macintosh CD player cost? And I went to their bare bones like transport, nothing, no DAC, no nothing, just a fucking transport is $4,000. And I'm like, holy hell. I'm like, who would I market this to on my channel? I'll be like, hey, guys, here's a $4,000 transport. Which one of you can even afford this? Like,
well, you know what my answer to that is?
Herman can afford it.
I did a Cancun travel video, and who's that going to market to? I did it because I wanted to. You know, if the people who watch my channel, it's because they're just, you know, they're more like me, right? They just like different stuff, and you know, they're like, oh, that's interesting, let's watch that one too. And if they don't want to watch the stuff that I'm making, then they'll go watch somebody else. I don't know. I do it wrong. If you want to build a channel, you don't do it the way that I do it, right? This is not how you create a YouTube empire. But I just do stuff that I like and whatever, you know.
Well, Jiles, I respect your enthusiasm for different things. You know,
Mike's like, I respect that you just say you don't give a F.
You really don't. You really don't give a shit. Now with Ealan, and this is something you and I, Jiles, were talking about him last night.
He's creative.
I hope your ears were ringing, Ealan, because him and I were gossiping about you. But I was like, okay, Ealan is absolutely freaking creative. Like he has
he's cool.
These cool like intros to the videos. He actually makes it. And like, I actually want to watch your videos just to see what you'll do next. And that's a great thing. But that's something
that's the idea.
That's not easy though. That's not easy though, because then you're constantly having to upstage yourself and constantly having to think of new ways, because you can't do what you do now and then go do what we do. And like, hey guys, welcome to Audio Architects. Today we're going to talk about this bullshit. No, you have to do it in a very specific way because of the fact that you've already established yourself as this unique, esoteric character within the hi-fi realm. So are you prepared for that, or are you kind of nervous? Like,
well, I mean, I wish I could afford a team behind me, but I'm just not at that point yet.
Mm-hmm.
But
I wish I could afford a team behind me too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's the goal behind any YouTuber, is to actually eventually hire employees and have a team to actually work with you, so you can pump out content more frequently.
Yeah, I just want somebody to hold the camera.
Yeah, I mean, that would help too, because all the creative stuff that I'm trying to think of, I could definitely churn out videos a lot quicker if I just decided to just talk at the camera and do nothing else. But that's like you said, it's already, I have established something more creative, and B, I get a kick out of making it, so I just hope that my audience likes it too. So
see, if you just move to Colorado, we can have filming days where we help each other out and be, you know, each other's pseudo crew.
Giles is just lazy and wants to use me for videos. Like,
we're supposed to do the Tower Tussle, for like 6 months now.
Hold on, I want to answer AA's question real quick. AA, yes, I do have a 4K TV to watch the Batman. I someday I'd like a projector, but I'd have to have a basement for that, or just a big space for it, because to be honest, guys, like TVs are getting so big and so affordable that it's pretty much beating out projectors at this point. Like, unless you go madhouse like Mr. Seymour Butts over here, Seymour Screens. Dude, that thing was huge, bro. Like he's over there like talking okay, so you see the thumbnail when he's got his arms out, but that's just the thumbnail. When you actually watch the video, this screen is freaking ginormous. It's and
it's not that big in the big scheme of things either.
It's almost wall to wall though.
It's like a mid-size screen, right? You know, you get folks that are doing like the 150s, the 170s, the 200 inchers and stuff like that. And you know, this is like a 117, 118. You know,
really?
Yeah. So there's lots bigger out there.
It's a TV or it's a
No,
projector?
no. This is a projection screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
120-inch TV would be a whopper.
Dude, you remember the one we
That
saw
would
at
be like
CEDIA?
$100,000.
Yeah, it's like the wall, right?
Remember
the
that?
Samsung
Remember that?
wall.
No, remember that crazy Sony wall we saw at CEDIA?
Mhm.
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
nuts. It came in panels. They say they have a bunch of Asian dudes that come out and just put it up on the wall for you, and they build it for you. It's like different panels for your TV. I'm like that.
That's the future. I mean, that's absolutely the future.
It
Modular.
really is, though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, modular for sure. Yeah.
So because you can take and buy what, a 55-inch television for $300 now, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And if you just say you need what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 12 of them, $3,600, and you could have a 150-inch television.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They just have to build it where they have the right processing and you have the right cabling, and that's it. The technology's there. They just need to commercialize it at a consumer level where you can sell it at Best Buy. It's coming.
Giles, put up AA's comment. I think this is money right here. This is like the hilarious. If your family can't sleep on the screen, you can go bigger. Agreed.
That's funny.
I'm gonna have to go bigger.
I could sleep on my projection screen.
You can,
but just me.
Yeah, maybe the smallest kid too. You and the smallest.
Put one on the side. All right, folks, I'm going to call it. We're at 17 minutes over, and I know everybody's time is valuable. So, Mike, Ealan, thank you so much for joining. Ealan, anytime you want to come on, if you got something on your chest you need to get off, if you're just like bored on a Tuesday night, let me know. You're always welcome. Of course, Mike, he comes whether I want him or not. Again, I want to thank Mike for when he filled in for me while I was on vacation. Thank you so much. That was huge. It was a really big deal.
Those were cool guys. Rest Sound, right? Yeah, they're really nice guys.
Real good, cool dudes. And then for everybody in the audience that's watching, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Please like and subscribe for Mike and Ealan. Show them a little bit of love. And with that, see everybody next time.
Dude, you guys got to get Russ Sound's rock subwoofer for your guys' backyards. The rock.
Oh,
bye, guys.